Thank you, folks. Here he is, Miki Chayat, the man himself. Please, come on out.
Hi, hello, good evening, New York. How are you?
Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Clearly, you have a lot to share. I have to start with the very end. How are things going? How's the gym going?
Wow, actually pretty good. Now we have 15 centers all over Israel. Yes. More than 5,000 kids in our programs. And thank you again. You know, to run non-profit organization in Israel, especially with the Haredi community, it's really complicated because in the non-Haredi part, nobody cares about those kids, and in the Haredi part, they care about Torah and study Torah, and to find someone who wants to support in these areas, it's not so easy, but when we're looking at the kids, at the stories, about the success stories, and we have so much, that's the real success.
Now, you are revolutionizing. This is necessary. This is a direction that I think the world and specifically Israel will take. Hopefully, you'll bring this to New York too. Can we get some in Borough Park?
Yeah. Actually, I want to thank to my friends here from New York, my Capoeira team, my Capoeira fellows, and Mestra Edna Lima. They came here to support. And actually, I have to share with you and with the audience, the hug I get from the Capoeira community, it's not like anything I felt before. And they are like a huge community, international community, the Abada Capoeira School, and the friends from all over. It's amazing, and this is why I just learn how to grow up and overcome these struggles. And without that, I don't know what will happen with me. And also we have a friend, she used to teach in our school in Bnei Brak, and she lives now in New York, and hopefully you're gonna start our branch here.
I love it. I have a lot of questions. I want to go to the beginning of this movie. Barak Heyman, who's a good friend of the festival I mentioned earlier, has been here with films. I mean, he's the most secular guy I have ever met. I believe he usually walks around with something not kosher in his hand. And he very, very liberal. How did this marriage come to be?
So to answer this question, I need some help.
Okay.
And I want to ask my colleague Ravital to join us. Huge surprise here tonight. Please.
Colleague, I'd call her your partner.
So, actually, she deserves her clap hands. Yeah. And all the good things are starting by a mistake or by a woman. So.
So how did Barak Heyman, how did you guys know to get a brilliant filmmaker to make a movie about you and to catch all these amazing moments?
Yeah, so do you remember this argument? At this argument, we all the time have this conversation about you promoting all the time the work you do with the capoeira and the boys, because it's very nice and easy to share pictures on Facebook or Instagram of boys doing capoeira. It's nice. But Revital, she has amazing work with women and girls. And from a lot of reasons, it's complicated to share and to explain about it. So we have this discussion about what we can do about it and how we can promote it and to share the information about the work to bring others and to spread the word. So I said, okay, you know what? You deserve a movie. And I called Barak and I asked him to come and visit and to see what we're doing. And he said, of course. The day after, he just showed with his brother, Tomer, and another nice lady, Tali. She worked with them about all the resources they're doing before movies. So they show up in the door of the studio and they learned about us and they decided to start filming. Long story, long process, but all the idea was to explain about the work Revital doing. And at the end of the day, when we started to film, we realized that it's almost impossible to film girls for modesty reasons. And that's the result.
Still capoeira.
Another movie.
So you brought him in to make a movie about her, and then you took the starring role. It's a classic Hollywood move. I got it. Vital, tell us a little bit about your reactions to the film. Did you think this is a good idea, making this movie?
I will talk in Hebrew, okay? הסרט מאוד מאוד חשוב לפעילות בחברה החרדית, כי זה דבר שהוא לא מקובל. אנחנו בעצם ניפצנו פה איזה תקרת זכוכית שהחברה החרדית מתמודדת איתה. זה בעצם לקפוץ למים מאוד עמוקים, אתה לא יודע איפה אתה מתחיל, אתה לא יודע איפה אתה מסיים את הסאגה הזאת. כולם אמרו לנו שאנחנו משוגעים, שהדבר הזה ייכשל, שאין לו שום הצלחה.
Go for it. We're going to try to translate this very, very briefly. It's not a full translation. I'm going to interpret it, but they jumped into deep waters, and really, it is extremely challenging to try to do this within the Haredi community, and there was a lot of resistance. What did I miss?
Yeah.
They broke the glass ceiling. They broke the glass ceiling, and they managed to go. But this actually, I have to pause. The movie's obviously not for the Orthodox community, right? Has the Orthodox community seen this movie?
לא.
That's new.
No.
Lucky for us.
We prefer that way.
So this was publicity for the non-Orthodox community. Can you
I tell you
explain
why.
this to me?
When we filmed this movie, and I asked Barak, okay, Barak, tell us what's the story, because it's non-fiction. It's a real movie. It's our real life. Okay, it's our reality, and I remember many cases that we have this conversation about some subject in the office. The other day, we yelling each other, yes, we should do that. No, we don't. Yes, we do. And then suddenly, there is a camera here. Please, you have to delete everything. It's happened all the time, so many times. So one day Barak called us and said, okay, come to my home. You need to see, we have a film. And boom, there's a film. We didn't know what's the story. Maybe we were thinking about maybe it will be a story about the students. We try to follow the stories of the students, and maybe the story will be a story about Revital, about me, about many. We film more than 315 hours, and this is only 1 hour. Just imagine. So we didn't know about what will be the story of the film, and then it comes out in this way. But we didn't thinking about the how the Haredi community will react when they will see the film, because the idea was to spread the word, to bring more kids, to bring support, either from the Haredi community or not. But in the end of the day, I saw a few of my friends when after the film, when they go out, they was like, okay, why we need to talk about it at all? This is our reality, and we don't need to discuss about everything. There's few things that we can live inside. Okay, this is the reaction of the Haredi community, and lucky for us, really, it goes to the non-Haredi part of Israel and the world.
But I have to say, not only are you pushing the envelope by having capoeira and a gym and everything else where they question, but then to have like cameras there at all times, that can't be helping your cause of trying to get into the mainstream of the Haredi community.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, just making sure. I'm going to ask one more question, and then we'll open for a couple of questions from the audience. You both, and we get this from the film a little bit, but you're both extremely unique characters within and stand out, obviously, within the Haredi community. And I don't know if you each consider yourselves, you mentioned it a little bit, Ravital, that you're not, that where you came from and that you became Haredit. What do you think allowed you to be these rebels within your world?
אני חושבת שפשוט אומץ.
Courage.
אני הרגשתי את הצורך לשנות בחברה בשביל שהילדים שלי והנכדים שלי יוכלו לחיות קצת אחרת.
I felt the need to change things in our society so my children and grandchildren can live a little bit differently.
וכדי לחזק בעצם אצל הילדים ואצל הנוער, לחזק אצלהם את הזהות שלהם ואת האפשרות בעצם ליצור תקשורת עם אחרים, גם מהזרמים האחרים בחברה החרדית, כדי שהם יוכלו לגדול ולאפשר להם את היכולת ליצור קשר גם עם אנשים אחרים בתוך החברה הישראלית.
To strengthen their communication ultimately within Israeli society and to build stronger communications. And you, Miki?
I think my personal story make me like with a great passion to change something, because I don't want anyone else will feel the same feeling I had when I was a teenager, when I felt so outsider, so
Rejected.
Yeah, that's what I need to learn. I don't want anyone else will feel the same way. So this is one of the most strong and important feelings that I'm going with through my all travels.
Thank you both. And before we open it to the audience, we'll open it to the audience. If you have your questions, you could raise your hand and we'll pass a mic. But I'll also give a plug that you could learn more about Haredim Laketzev. There are brochures outside, and grab them. I don't know if you wanted to add to that.
Thank you for that.
Folks, over to you. We have a question right here.
Shalom, Miki.
מה קורה לי?
So full disclosure, I've known this person for over 20 years. I've been training with him for the last, while we were, and to see you in this light is absolutely amazing. I've actually never felt this emotional about a movie as I did today. Because a lot of the struggles that you faced were kind of hidden even from the people who trained with you, from the people who worked with you, from the people who traveled with you. So for you, it took, I'm sure, insane courage to show this to the world. And thank you so much for sharing this with us. I've been meaning to catch this movie for the last 2 years, but it was not available here until now. So thank you for bringing it to New York. And the only question I really have is, there was not a lot of mention, but there is also a girl capoeira group in that facility. And there's very little information about it. And is there a plan to progress this to the levels of growing instructors and progressing it?
So first of all, thank you for your kind words and for your friendship for so long time. To be honest, we, Ravital and me, we are doing all this work by ourselves. And just a little bit explanation about numbers. The Haredi community, it's 1.3 million people who lives in Israel. In Israel, there has a 7.4 Jews, almost 10 million people. So 1.3 million, we have only 5,000 kids in our programs. It's not even a 1%. We have a lot of plans how to expand, how to grow, how to extend, right? How to grow up with our activities to other cities, to other audience, to other who needs our help. And there has a lot of kids who asking for our help. And honestly, we are without resources for that. We only two, and we have huge team of teachers, but all the promoting, all the marketing, all the PR, all the management, it's about us. And we have a lot to do to share the idea of the girls group, which actually my sister, she's the teacher now in this group. She replaced Puma. Sorry. So we have a lot of plans, but we need more resources to do that.
Question here. Hi, thank you. That movie was beautiful and so interesting and really inspiring.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. I was curious how you became business partners.
It's the great question ever. Yeah. So one day, I did, like, how long ago?
11 years?
Sort of. Yeah. Maybe more. I held a
12.
I held a Purim party for women in my studio. It was a Zumba dance party. And one of the teachers there brought Revital. And Revital showed up in the door of the studio and she started to ask me many questions. How you do that and how you do this and why it's going like that. And what's the schedule, what's the prices. And I asked her, what do you want? And she said, I want a job. And I said, no. And
Said, again,
no. And then she asked me, okay, maybe I will help you in some way. Just give me something to do. I'm seeking for a job. And I said, I have a list of members of some studio in the other city, and they closed the studio. I have the list of the phone calls. Maybe you can take this book, and yeah, just make some phone calls and ask them to join us. And then she started to do phone calls, and it works very good. And then I was curious about her job. So I asked, every hour I was calling her and what she did, how it works. And she said, you're bothering me, let me do my job. So I said, okay, come do it from the studio, from the office. And she started doing that from the office. And after a few days, she started to ask me why the price is like that, why the program is like that. And we started to talk, and she had good advices. And today, she managed me.
We have time for one last question over here.
Okay, first, congratulations on this film. And I hope it will be shown well beyond this JCC, the Jewish Community Center. There are many, many Jewish community centers all over the country. And I would hope that it can be shown elsewhere. I specifically am curious, you said in the film that when you were a student in school, that you were seriously beaten and abused. And does that continue?
No.
No.
No. Today it's different, thanks God. There has still few schools, but the times changed a little bit, and the times is better. And I have to be honest with you, when I want to send my kid to the school, I asked my rabbi, which you saw in the film, I asked him where to send him, which school, and he said, to the same school you learned there. And it was very hard for me, but the words of my rabbi, it's my command. So he promised me it will be different, and it is. I am very happy today from this school. And can we have just another question? We have here a very important guest of us, Mestra Edna Lima. She wants to ask something.
Thank you. Good evening. Gafanhoto, that's his capoeira name. You make me cry with your documentary film. It was absolutely amazing. So I would, if I have to have like an analogy about capoeira and your personality, so it's like very similar. So thank you for that school who beat you up, who make you like suffering, and you make me, all this made you so strong, so determined, so like, I don't want this, but I can make something new, something different. And if the school change it, it's because of you, because of a lady like your partner in business. It's like totally amazing. We met in Brazil, I guess. And your work, both of you, so like men and women, women and men, and determined to make the difference, to make the things different for your people, for our people, for the humanity. So thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we're working very hard to create different future for the kids of Israel. And as I mentioned before, we need any support that we can get. So if you want to be our partners, I'm not a fundraiser. This is not my job. My job is to change life for kids, to create a different future. So you can see this brochure outside, and there has a QR code. You can scan it with your camera, and you can have more information over there. Here is my contacts. You can email me. You can send me a WhatsApp. If you have any ideas, any way to support, any doors to open, any resources to bring to the table, please come and be our partners. Thank you so much for being here tonight with us.
Thank you. Thank you, folks. Next up in this room is There Is Another Way, Combatants for Peace telling another brave story. Please join us for that. Join us for more. Help spread the word about the festival. Grab some brochures outside. I recommend leaving through the door on my right, your left, because people are already lined up to come in for the next screening, I believe. Thank you so much, and have a good night.